ajakin anak-anak yang sekelilingnya itu atau yang sekelasnya itu untuk ngedeketin anak yang malu ini supaya dia nggak merasa dia sendiri atau dia nggak merasa akhirnya malu lagi gitu ya. Terus yang kedua mungkin seandainya misalnya dia ngajar di kayak English course gitu kan. Kan kadang-kadang Zia nggak tahu nih misalnya basic anaknya kenapa sih dia malu. Nah mungkin kalau Zia tahu oh dia misal dari sekolah SD ini atau oh dia dari min ini. Nah mungkin Zia bisa cari tahu kayak home teachernya guru apa wali kelasnya ya tanyakan sama wali kelasnya anak ini sebenarnya memang pemalu nggak sih gitu. Nah itu perlu ditanyakan. Nah selanjutnya apa selain tadi sudah minta temennya untuk temenan sama dia, barulah Zia juga ikutan temenan sama dia gitu. Jadi jangan biarin si anak sendirian gitu. Karena misalnya ya kayak tadi yang pengalamannya profesor kan bilang dia sampai 2 bulan gitu baru bisa ngebuat anak malu jadi kagak malu lagi kan. Nah jadi di situ intinya ya kalau ditanyain sama orang tuanya kata orang tuanya udah dia biarin aja mah dia nggak masalah dia memang kayak gitu di rumah. Nah tapi kan satu hal itu nggak bagus gitu secara psikologinya dia juga bakalan apa keganggu juga maksudnya lama kelamaan ini anak bakal jadi malu kan. Nah jadi setelah tadi misalnya dari beberapa tips yang diberikan sama profesor at the end ya Zia sebagai guru needs to figure out like a lot of possibilities gitu happen to this child why she becomes so shy gitu. Jadi nanti kita jadi guru tuh harus banyak yang dilihat lah mau dari segi mungkin pergaulan di rumahnya atau mungkin di apa gimana dia cara berteman sama temen mungkin temen di rumah lain, temen di sekolah lain. Jadi banyak hal yang harus Zia consider gitu ya ketika Zia mau membantu when you are going to help the shy child become not child anymore. Okay, thank you Zia.
Thank you, Professor, for the answer. Thank you so much.
Okay, the next one, maybe because I haven't seen the second group login, one of her classmate already mentioned the name, but I haven't seen her name in our group. So I would like to invite Ibu Mustafira. Mustafira, can you turn on your microphone, please? Kak Fira.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to turn on your video?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I would like to introduce to you all first, Ibu Mrs. Makfira. She works at the vocational school, and then we are going to listen to her experience. Whether so far, Mrs. Makfira ever implied the theory of Vygotsky or ZPD or scaffolding or yeah other theories in your teaching activity. So beside maybe Mrs. Makfira also can give like the backgrounds of your students whether they are passive, active, or highly motivated to study or lower motivation to study. Okay, Kak Makfira, the floor is yours.
Thank you for having me in this workshop.
Kak Makfira suaranya digedein lagi, jangan lembut banget nggak kedengeran.
Oh yeah, actually I'm not feeling well today, so yeah, so sorry for my voice too slow. Yeah. Exactly, I have been teaching for many years, but many years, yeah, more than 14 years.
More than 14 years.
Yeah, 14. But yeah, I try always do my best. I try to do my best always in helping my students. I always to be more and more energetic, especially when I am in the classroom. So I try to make them happy to make English fun for them. So it should be try to get involved with their major, because at our school there are six majors. Yeah, electrical, accounting, marketing. Yeah, so we always try to include whatever we can do with their major. Yeah, so that I see they feel they get easier and happier when I practice the yeah the strategy. Of course, related to figure ski. This is the first in this workshop. The first time I get the terminology. I heard, but exactly actually I have practiced it in my teaching learning process. Yeah. Sometimes I let them to study to learn by themselves, and whenever I get the difficult, I will help them. Yeah, I help them so that uh, they can. Yeah, finally they can do what I suggest, what I the objectives will accomplish. Yeah, inshallah. Okay. Sometime, yeah, but yeah, like that. One, thank you.
Okay, Kak Mafira, would you like to give some description or explanation? For example, when you teach your student most of the time, like what kinds of strategies that you imply in your classroom, and then because you mentioned that the student's background or major is totally different sometimes when we are going to teach the engineering students and then
Yeah,
the accounting student, I think it will be so different. So will you like imply the same strategies, or sometimes you will do it like depends on the student's major?
yeah. I try to depend, yeah, to this to uh, to teach them depend on their major. Yeah. Example in procedure text, yeah, that's topics is for third grade. So how to use something or to how to make something. So I ask them. I try I try to uh, bring them to their major with how to uh, how to operate computer, how to use machine cash register for marketing, how to hidupkan like motorcycle, yeah, for uh, mechanical, yeah, how to use yeah some tool in their work garage, yeah, like that. Just trying.
Okay, so so far do you have like some obstacle that you are going to ask to Professor Mei-ying, for example, like some figure ski theory that you think sometimes it's maybe like impossible to imply it in your classroom, or yeah, something that related to the figure ski theory? Do you have some questions, Kak Mafira?
Yeah. Uh, of course, yeah. I'm very. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. Thank you for Professor. Just know you teach us how to help a shy student. So I get the point. Maybe I will practice it. Yeah, because I'm a shy person too. So that I really get impressed. Yeah, that is become knowledge. Yeah, so important knowledge for me. Thank you, Professor. Okay. Yeah. uh, about problem. yeah, in teaching learning, there are so many problems, so that it's hard to 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 say what the problem actually. Yeah, they have low motivation, lazy, so that sometimes it make me uh,
Crazy.
find us, yeah, many ways, yeah, with more spirit, with big voice, yeah, yeah, to attend to attract their interest, yeah. Sometimes I make a game and give them money, yeah, 10,000 for the winner. They are yeah. Yeah, they are really really happy, yeah, like that.
Okay. So, in conclusion, I can say that by giving them some rewards at the end of your teaching, and then they will
Yeah,
feel so happy.
yeah, yeah. Especially when I gave them money.
When you give them the reward, money as the reward.
Yeah, only 10,000, but it's a big, yeah, big number for them, I think.
Yeah, I think for the student 10,000, yeah, it's a big
Yeah,
number.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. They are
Professor Mei,
happy. Yeah,
if
of course.
if
They,
okay, Professor
yeah.
Mei, if you have some questions, and then you may ask Kak Mafira.
Sorry, I can't hear.
Oh, sorry, Professor, she cannot hear because your microphone.
I'm curious.
Oh yeah,
Most
yeah,
Indonesian
yeah.
teachers give money as as a award to students.
Reward? No, no, exactly. You mean I'm sorry. Uh, about money? Yeah, give reward by giving money.
Ya,
Yeah.
pertanyaannya
May
apakah
I know what in Taiwan? I've never heard that teachers
Yeah.
give money to students as award.
Oh yeah.
It's really they will buy the gift, but
Yeah.
no money at all. It will
Oh yeah.
become very controversial. It's
Oh, so
like the
sorry.
teacher cannot accept money from the students either.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Just only for fun, Professor. Only a
Oh,
small
okay.
number, yeah. Yeah, when
Uh-huh.
they win, yeah, for the first winner. Yeah, for the first winner, when I apply games, yeah, games, yeah. At the end of the class, maybe they get bored, so I play games. So, yeah, not
Oh,
always, yeah, sometimes, yeah, but
yeah. Okay.
it's rarely, yeah,
Okay. Good.
yeah,
But anyhow, sorry.
yeah,
Anyhow, I would like to share my experience because
yeah,
you mentioned you are a shy person too, right?
yeah.
So actually, I think that most Taiwanese people in my generation, okay, I'm almost 60 years old. I was born in the 1960s, right? So especially for women, most of us were shy because that's our education, our culture. We encourage women to be shy to be popular. But I actually trained myself to become more talkative, or I need to speak when I have to, because we need to express our opinion in order to become a good teacher. So I remember when I was 20 years old, I was so scared that I couldn't really speak well. I remember that I went to give telling a story. I gave a story to a class, and my junior told me, "Oh, senior Mei-ying, I actually couldn't understand what you were talking about. I couldn't understand your story at all." I told him, "I don't understand my own story either." Okay, because I was too shy. So But being shy is okay, but I learned if I keep being shy, then I probably will have a problem teaching. So I encourage and also remind myself all the time. And I remember some of my colleagues in junior high school, the female colleagues were very shy. But somehow, when they went to the classroom, wow, they were not shy anymore. So when they returned to the office, I asked them, you look so powerful, you look so professional, and you are not shy in the classroom. And they responded, if we were shy, then the students will take advantage of us. So they told me they are still shy, but in front of students, they have to change because teaching is a type of arts. So they will just change their performance style, or they have to change their personality a little bit when they are in front of students. Okay, but anyhow, this is my experience and also my former colleagues' experience. And I'm not sure if it help you, but you and I, we could encourage each other then to be a better teacher. And when we need to be shy, we could be shy, but when we are in front of students, maybe we need to present different style in front of our students. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I do agree with you. I am as your college, yeah, that you just told me. I am a shy person, but in front of my student, I am so confident.
Oh, good, 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 good. Okay, good, good, good.
Yeah, because I'm really happy in teaching. Yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
like teaching. Yeah, so much. So yeah, I have to be, how to say that, great. Yeah, in front of them, so that I'm not shy anymore. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
But
good.
after teaching, maybe the shyness
Okay,
feeling
that's
come back.
okay. That's okay. We
Yeah.
need to be ourselves. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
real self, right? So that's
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
May I ask you a question? I'm curious that
Yeah.
you mentioned that you are teaching in vocational school, right? And there are many majors at your vocational school. So in
Yeah.
terms of teaching English, how do you connect English with their major?
Yeah. Thank you for the question, Professor. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, connect. Try to connect. Yeah, with their major, so that we will help. So that I can help them. To yeah to study English happily. Yeah, because they like their major. They choose their major because they like their major. So I try. Yeah, I try to combine with their major. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I use vocabularies related to more vocabularies related to their major. Yeah.
Okay, good,
Maybe
good, good.
when I try to explain something. Yeah, like that.
Mhm.
Example for news item. Yeah, we have learned about news item text. So we try to choose related to the major. Yeah, about vehicle, example motorcycle. Yeah, about finance for
哎，我
accounting.
不清楚荧幕，对不起。
Yeah,
哦哦哦，对，有点暗，没错。对对对，没关系。因为我的眼睛有问题，所以刚刚好。Okay, may I ask a question, further questions? So, do you ever ask your students to search online or in a library For example, they could search for a paragraph or artwork or handicrafts or a song that they are in English, but somehow relate to the text you are teaching or relate to their major, and they could share in a classroom. They could be extra credits, or they could earn extra points, score, or like you say, maybe they could get money from you. So did you ever try to do that? And if you did, and what's the result?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we ask them to search by Google, by internet. Yeah, about yeah, the topic what we learn. We learn. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we suggest them to find another resource. Yeah, to in our library. But yeah, student has have low motivation to to read. Yeah, so that yeah, I just only ask them to example, when the topic application letter, I ask them to find some application letter in internet. So find some example text structure from that point, from that letter. Yeah, from the letter they can find from yeah, internet, like that. Yeah, course. Yeah,
Okay, good,
yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah,
So it's a way. Also, I ever try because before I have students from Indonesia. They are 10 years old.
yeah,
So, according to the theory of Vygotsky, teacher and students, they should help each other, right? That's a socio-cultural perspective, and they should have a good interaction. So I had my students to teach me Indonesian language, and also they taught the other students Indonesian language. So at the moment,
I see.
I became my Indonesian students' student, and those Indonesian students were so happy. So somehow they listened to me very carefully in my class because they perceive as teacher could be their student too. So we are somehow become peers. So I was wondering, because am also English teacher, but in vocational school, the most of them could be engineering,
Yeah,
right, or computer science. Like myself, I'm not good at computer science. I'm really bad in engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, those issues. So if they could present their knowledge to me, even though just with some vocabulary or some sentence combined with the
yeah,
sentence pattern, learn from English subject. If they could do that, I allow them to put down in the exam, in the test. So I
yeah,
will give them extra point.
yeah,
And my students were happy with that too.
yeah, yeah. I do agree. Yeah, when I gave them the example for a simple present, maybe for introduction, I always yeah, give an example based on their major. Yeah, example, if a present continuous, example, agam is fixing, yeah, the car, like that. So it's
Okay, good, good, good.
because of the majoring, yeah, technical engineering, yeah, mechanical engineering, sorry. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, very
just
nice.
small thing. Yeah, that just small thing. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but I
So do you
try it.
think this morning we have during our workshop, we have the teacher to share their experience teaching English? Do you think those are really helpful to you, or you already practice in your own classroom? The group of students based on different abilities, And also they try to have them to present themselves in the classroom, and they scaffold, construct the knowledge, ability mutually. You think this help you, or you already practice in your classroom?
Yeah, maybe, because, to make students have capabilities, we have to try many ways, so that based on the explanation before, what the speakers gave before. So I have practiced of course, uh,
Mm.
for session example, for session, but I'm sorry, I forgot, for session example mutual, what else, let me check it. I put the grapes just now. Yeah, sorry. Of course, yeah. Yeah, for basic lesson, of course, I practice it self-learning session, co-learning, mutual, and teacher directed learning. Yeah, even our government suggests us to use scientific approach. Yeah, observing, questioning, collecting data, associating, and communicating. But I think this is the same as self.
Yes,
Almost the same
yes.
as self-learning session,
Yeah, yeah,
co-learning,
yeah,
mutual is
yeah,
yeah. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. The last question for you regarding the gender education, the first day of
Yeah.
workshop, right? But because in vocational school, sometimes there are many boys, right? So I'm
Yeah.
just wondering, is it possible to integrate gender education with into English curriculum and teaching in your own classroom?
Yeah, because for male student, I think they are more active than female student.
Oh,
So,
oh, that's
so that
interesting to me.
more active. So
Uh-huh.
I have a bigger, stronger energy for for female student. My voice also have to high to big energy, but actually most they have weaknesses. Yeah, male student have weaknesses, have strengthen, and for female student have weaknesses and strengthen. Yeah, so but if we are happy in studying, everything will run well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
Okay,
yeah,
thank you
thank
so
you.
much, Kak Mofika, for sharing about your
Yeah.
teaching
Yeah,
experience in
thank
Welcome.
you.
vocational school.
Mhm.
And now I would like to invite
You're welcome.
Mrs. Darmiati. Mrs. Darmiati, would you like to turn on your video, please? Mrs. Darmiati, Ibu Darmiati.
I think she was on, right? A few
Okay.
minutes ago, right?
Okay, would you
Yeah.
like to turn on? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Mrs. Darmiati, would you like to explain first about the background of your student, and then like the time whether you ever invite some hidden skill theories in your teaching activity or not? Because based on some explanation given by the first speaker in the morning section, maybe uh, at first you didn't know what blah 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 blah, but after you watch and listen to the speaker's explanation, and then you may figure it out. Also, I think I did it in my classroom, but I didn't know if the term is blah 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 blah. Okay, so Mrs. Darmiati, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Thank you. uh, just now I can't hear all of about your the point of your question, but I will to try to understand what I want what I teach in my student. When first in my school, I teach two class, the first and the third grade. Yes. At the first meeting, I use seperti dasar sarukat, they can say that when I teach the student, we must see the syllabus, and then we use the model. For example, I use project based on learning or a scientific approach, like Miss just now, Miss Mustakfira, Miss Fira. Okay. So in senior high school, we use that too. So in the first meeting, I must to take them the material. For example, as I said to my students, this time we learn about, for example, suggestion and offering. We must learn. What do you think about that? Have you ever heard about that? After that, if they know, if they have the knowledge about that, before we start, before we take them, we have learned, we have learned about that before we study that. Here it means I give some material using video before we start the they're saying we guessing about our material. I give them video the first time, and then after they look the video about, for example, just now about the topic of offering help and suggestion at the second the second grades, they think, uh, oh, today we learn about that. So after they watch the video, and then I give them material from I use PowerPoint, that's material for them in our class. So the thing, is this easy or not? After after they watch the video, when I give them, I'm so sorry, this is my daughter here. Uh, After that, the students give the question for me after they watch the video. Ma'am, is it something, a material we can get from our material this in this book? Yes. After that, they can create some material after they watch the video, and then at the end, no, before that, we discuss with my student something about the material, so and so they can practice with another student, one with their friend. For example, they learn about offering help, and then how to make a conversation about that. They want to do how to practice in that video. So after they do that, I give them some materials again with about offering help or suggestion, and then they can ask me again, do you understand about that material? If they don't want, if they doesn't they don't understand about the material, they can ask me again. And then if some student shy to make a comparison with her friends or with his friend, they can collaborate with another friends. They have how to the master in English that in my student. So after they do work together in their group, and then he can practice in front of that class. For example, he can join with her friend or his friend to practice what they learned that day. So after reflecting, after they do the job, or they do the task, so they can ask their friends about the material. Again, any question about the material? So I can reflection again about the material. So the last, and then I give some conclusion, and then their friends or the student can make a summary or a conclusion about what we have learned that day. I think that my experience when I teach in my students. So different with just now, like my Miss talk about adaptive learning. When I teach, I taught at Banda Aceh. I ever taught in Banda Aceh. That is the city different in Southwest Aceh. That is so easy because they want to learn so enthusiastic to learn different with in Southwest Aceh. At the first time I teach the beginner student, they have to practice English. That they at elementary school, they said to me before I took them, "Ma'am, I have learned about this. How can I buy a new book like that? I have learned this. Different with how to say that? Different with Southwest Aceh is so high to make them really to increase in English. That's ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for Mrs. Darmiati for sharing your teaching experience. If Mrs. Darmiati have some question to Professor, and then I will let Mrs. Darmiati ask Professor. If not, maybe Professor wants to ask you some questions. Okay,
Yes.
Professor?
So do you have any question for discussion?
Yes, of course. I think how to compare focus key theory with our how to say that, our English teacher to make that is brilliant to our student. We can use how to say that focus I'm so sorry. How to make focus theory focus on collaborative learning? How to make that? For our English teacher, it is as a for learner.
Okay, first of all, I want to ask you a question. What do you think about this morning? There's two teachers, right? To
Yes.
share their experience.
Yes.
So what do you think about their presentation? Do you think those two teachers inspire you regarding your English teaching in Southwest Aceh?
Yes, of course that. But I
Okay,
will
so
try.
do you mind sharing
Yes.
what inspired you? Maybe we could get started from there.
Yeah. Uh, when I take them, I must so hard to compare what I have tried. I have to learn about many how to say that training with my lecturer and then my friends in another country. I think our country is how to say that want to be a good uh, student. I want to be a good teacher for my students, but I can't how to do this. How to do to practice them without using Wi-Fi, without using a smartphone, without using how to say that computerized adaptive. How to make them is brilliant without that.
Okay,
Do you
so
have any idea to do in our country?
okay, that's first of all, I want to ask you, for example, for the second teacher after the principal, right? Remember, that's teacher Zhang,
Yes.
right?
Mm-mm.
And she didn't really use so much Wi-Fi.
Yes.
She didn't use iPad either,
Yes.
but she had a successful teaching, right?
Yes. Okay.
So maybe that's a good way to do it.
Yes.
So first of all, she did the grouping, right?
Grouping. Sige.
Okay, so the grouping to apply the idea of a ZPD and
Yes.
scaffolding and interaction, right? Social
Yes.
interaction and mediation. I mentioned that. First of all, students with different ability,
Yes.
they are going to in a group.
Yes.
So students with different talents,
Yes.
different gender, they are in a group.
Yes.
So when you give them task, they could help each other,
Yes.
right? So this is one thing.
Yes.
Okay. Secondly, for teacher Zhang, she gave the divide the students. They have a different abilities, English proficiency, right? Low achievers, intermediate,
Yes.
high achievers.
Yes.
They into the same
All
group.
grades.
Remember, she used the name and captain of Taiwan or banana, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if it's so, when they answer the questions, if they are low achiever, they could get 2 points. For high achiever and intermediate, when they get a question right, they only get 1 point, right?
Yes.
So when you give them questions, they can decide which student is going to answer.
Yes.
If they want to get more points, 2 points,
Yeah.
those better students, high achievers, have to help the low achievers,
Oh, it is
right?
okay. Yes.
So that's so that we're going to help each other.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing.
Yes.
Okay, so secondly,
Yes.
I also used this such method. Students, when they are doing English, they have some are not good in English, but they are good in arts, in sports, in the Bahasa Indonesia,
It's okay.
or they might be good in science, in
Yeah.
physics. So when you give them tasks, they are related to English, but it could be different kinds. For example, you could combine with some science or arts or music.
Yes.
So students who are good in arts, in science, in Bahasa Indonesia, yet they are not good in English, they will have a time to contribute themselves in the group. So they feel they could have a contribution. So in a way, we can not only focus on English only, we integrate different ability, different subject into our English teaching.
Okay, good.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
example, I know that Japanese loves dancing and
Yeah.
singing. And you could tell the student, if you could sing the English song which has the vocabulary from this lesson, I will give you extra credits. Or you could learn some dancing and then you also use some English words or sentence to describe your dancing and relate to this lesson. Also give you extra credits. So that could be a good way too. And students could help each other, right? So there's also socio-cultural perspective.
Yeah.
We provide different perspective, different talents, different challenges for students with different abilities and different gifts. That's the, so we don't need to have iPad. We don't need to give them money. We
Yes.
don't need Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Because when I taught 30, from 1990 to 1996,
Yes.
I was a junior high school teacher in Taipei City. We didn't have Wi-Fi. We didn't have any computer. We only have a paperwork.
Yes.
Okay, so I think it is maybe worse than Ajay right now, right? We didn't
Yes.
have a computer. We didn't have Wi-Fi. We didn't even know what Wi-Fi it was at the time. But at the time, I did them. I took them outside of the classroom. We singing English song, dancing together, and then I will have the students who are good in dancing and good singing. I asked them, please, please practice this English song before class. I need your help. I need you to be my little teacher to finish this task. And they were very happy because finally they could contribute to English class.
Yes.
So I make friends with them. As I mentioned, I think make friends with them very important. And for junior high school students, high school students, they really appreciate the friendship from teachers. Yeah. So that's what I just mentioned those because I have a practice in my teaching. So maybe you do that even though you don't have a good computer, you don't have a good internet connection. I think you can still do something. So what do you think? I'm not sure if this helped you. Do you think this might help you a little bit?
Oh, I think this is a good idea. I have a lot of I have a lot of, how to say that, a lot of knowledge from you, Miss.
Thank you.
That
Makasih.
I plan to try it. I want to try it. What did you say just now?
Yeah,
In
let's
my
try.
students, yes. So
Yeah.
I have teach since 1975. Yes. Wait.
Oh, 1975?
Yes, of course, 1975. No, no,
Oh, I started to teach in 1983. Oh, so you teach better than me.
1977 when I studied at university.
1997.
Yes,
Oh,
1997.
okay. Wow. Long time.
I have
Much
a lot.
longer than
I
me.
take a lot of subject. For example, science, math, and then how to say that, religion. So English, of course.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
if
this
it's so, as
okay.
I think Puan also have this idea we called integrative curriculum design.
Yes.
Since you have taught so many subjects,
Yes.
you could combine them because you have the knowledge. So when it's related to science, then
Yes.
you could tell something about science in English. And those students are interested in science,
Hmm?
but not good in English. You could tell them, find some words, or I'm going to teach you something in English related to science.
Yes.
I remember when I was junior high school English teacher,
Hmm.
I have low achievers, not motivated at all. So they challenged me. They asked me to teach them about gay, lesbian, homosexual. Okay, I know it's not allowed in Aceh, but my naughty students, troublemakers, want me to teach them gay,
Stop.
lesbian, homosexual. Okay, so those terms. So I taught them, and I also require them. When I taught them, you have to remember. And also you have to know something about the English lesson. Otherwise it will be unfair. So I try to negotiate with them. And they love sports. So every day I teach them some terms on sports. Basketball, so I analyze ball. And I told them, ball, men have two balls. I am a female teacher. I don't have any balls. So they are laughing. but they remember all their lives. Okay?
Yes.
So sometimes, if they are naughty, we need to use their method. And I did it. So they love me. Okay? And this is for teaching. Okay? We need to follow the students' ideas sometimes, even though we don't think it's so suitable in the classroom. Yet, sometimes, because it's a slang in English, Americans use all the time. So they, junior high school students, they are curious about sex, right? Girls, women love a girlfriend, boyfriend. So I connect them. They're also interested in sports. So I connect with them. So they learn some terms in sports. But again, when after I taught them, I want them to repeat after me. I ask them to be able to do the spelling, and also I want them to come out a sentence. It's better than learning nothing. Okay, so from those they are interested, then I move back to my textbook. So at least they learn something from my lesson, from my class. Okay, that was my experience from 1990 to 1996. So my students, challenge me a lot, but I know I will become a better teacher. So I accept their challenge and I negotiate with them. I follow them, but sometimes they need to listen to me too. So that's a fairness. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I
Yeah.
hope this helps.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
One day, I have my student must to follow the debate competition with Miss Puan. I must to try to learn to teach them how to follow that, how to join English competition with debate competition with Miss Puan. Like I think in 19 no in 2000.
2019.
Yes,
Oh,
my student follow doing that with Miss
oh,
Puan.
good,
That
good,
it
good,
in
good. Wow, very nice.
we will try to learn. We try to give them the solution how to join that competition. They
Oh, good, good, good.
yes when
Wow.
was in 2019, yes, with Miss Puan.
Excellent.
Yes, so senior high schools 7 Southwest Sasaka must be to be
Yeah,
join English.
yes, yeah. And they are very energetic, So they have many ideas. So how to motivate them is a challenge to
Yes.
every single teacher. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Makasi.
Yeah, makasih.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Darmiati. Yeah, I think that's a big challenge for you as a teacher who teaches at the remote area because your school is not located in the capital city of the
Yes.
Southwest Aceh Kanti. I know, and I know like the background of your students, but as long as you as a teacher and then you have like a good motivation like to support your students to be able to participate in debate competition for
Yes.
a whole school in Southwest Aceh. And yeah, I think that's a good thing. And if you need my help, just let me know because sometimes Ibu Mafira, yeah, she will ask me, for example, whether some debate competition strategies that the students need to be able to how to say like to know strategies. And then Ibu Mafira sometimes will call me when I'm free because
Yes.
she's helper.
Of course.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much for Mrs. Markvira and also Mrs. Darmiati. If the rest of
You're
audiences, if you
welcome.
still have some questions, please let me know. And waiting for the questions, I received some questions from the audience professor, so I will read it. The first question is about so far we just talked about how to motivate the students, how to motivate the low achievement student. And this question is totally contradict, because the question is about how to motivate the low teacher motivation. Because if the teacher has a low motivation, and then how she or he can motivate his or her students. Yeah, so if the teacher has this kinds of personality, we say that should she or he be a teacher, or just okay, just stop not to be a teacher and find something that you love to do. Okay, Professor, please answer the question. That's the
Sorry, Miss. Professor is not turned on the microphone.
Okay, so first of all, for those no motivation teachers, honestly, first of all, they probably should find some other profession, occupation, because educational influence is so high. Okay, teachers should, because usually students take teachers as a role model. Okay, that's one thing. So all my life, I have some colleagues that actually quit their job. They would love to become taxi driver instead of being elementary school or junior high school teachers, because they didn't enjoy teaching at all. And at the time, being a taxi driver had a better pay than being a teacher. So 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, the pay was really low for teachers. So first of all, again, we need to know why they are low motivated. I think that's and this is the issue for the teacher themselves, and also for teacher education. So for example, my university have a teacher education program. We should remind students, if they think the pay for teachers are low, then they shouldn't become teachers. Or if they don't enjoy being a teacher, then they should quit. Give those who are interested to become teachers. So again, I think it's very critical that these issues, I would say they need to be honest with them. And that's not something I can solve, I have to say, because teachers, they are mature individuals. They are their own decision makers. As an adult, we could also use a socio-cultural perspective. For example, we need to find out, again, why they are low motivated. As I mentioned, my colleague quit their job because they didn't enjoy the teaching, first of all. Secondly, the wage was too low. So if it's so, maybe that's the problem of the government, not the teacher themselves. But again, they don't think the pay is good enough. They should find another higher pay position. Third, I think some teachers, they want to become good teachers, but somehow they couldn't find mentors. That's the problems of their life. So I do think that, for example, all my life, I think I'm lucky. When I just become a teacher, I wasn't good at all. But I was lucky. I also taught a remote area where is close to the Acer Park in Taoyuan City. But at the time, it was so remote. It's in Longtan District, Taoyuan City right now. So I was lucky. I have a good mentor. They helped me. They suffer some classroom management. So those low motivated teachers, they also need to ask themselves the above questions. Do they want to become teachers? Is the pay good for them? Do they try to ask help from the others? Do they have a good social relations? If they don't have friends, I don't think they will be motivated. Okay. And also, I think administration, school, like this morning, Principal Tsai mentioned how he implements ZPD or collaborative teaching in his junior high school. And he himself has been on the consulting group committee for more than 20 years. And he works very hard. So he was willing to talk to teachers. So this issue is not me as a professor could resolve honestly, but I could just say there's many issues involved. Okay. So I'm going to stop here because this maybe is something related to teacher education and professional development, but it's more or less linked to the teacher themselves more. Okay, so I would like to maybe to get some feedback regarding my response above mentioned, and then we will go further from there. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor, for answering the questions. Okay, how about the audience? Do you still have some questions or not? Is there anyone who want to give some question or one question? Oh, okay, Razia. Okay, please.
Okay, thank you for the time. My question is, based on your teaching experience, would you like to share us what are the common issues occurred when the teacher implied key theory? Thank you.
Okay, first of all, as mentioned, some teachers just perceive ZPD is grouping. It's just one step, but not necessarily. The key words is scaffolding. Teachers, students, and among students themselves. So there's a multiple angle help. Okay, so that's one thing. Second, we need to know why we want to do grouping. Grouping is not necessary, but it helps because students feel more secure in their group. So sometimes we need to have the grouping activity, the whole class activity, and also individual. Okay, so we need to keep flexibility. Okay, next one will be the teacher themselves need to be open-minded. Because when students when we try to practice scaffolding, there will be a lot of questions, even very strange questions coming out from the students. And sometimes we don't have the answer at all. Or maybe we cannot share with them because maybe they couldn't understand that much, or maybe because it relates to privacy. Many issues involved. And also sometimes students purposely want to challenge the teachers. Okay, as I mentioned, if they are troublemakers, they are low achievers, they are not motivated, and also some high achievers because they just want to challenge the teachers. So that's also one issue related to ZPD practice in the classroom. Okay, so I'm just going to stop here. And I think that for pre-service teachers, student teachers, maybe 1 and 2 are very important. Okay? Does this help you?
So can you get the answer, Razia?
Ya, Miss.
Oke,
Cuma agak
oke.
dikit.
Ya. Cuman
Bisa
agak apa?
yang bagian terakhir masih kurang paham. Bisa
Yang
Miss
tentang apa?
perjelas.
Oh, jadi intinya kalau misalnya penerapan ZPD itu nggak selamanya ya. Mungkin tadi kayak Profesor bilang ZPD itu di kepala kita itu mungkin grouping, selalu grouping gitu. Padahal enggak. Yang terpenting dari ZPD itu adalah kita gimana caranya bisa membentuk kayak scaffolding antara teacher student atau misalnya juga student-student. Intinya di dalam kelas itu fungsi dari tadi yang namanya scaffolding itu bisa berubah karena angel yang kita pakai itu bisa aja misalnya dari kayak tadi teacher student atau misalnya student sama student dan itu kan posisinya bisa aja fleksibel ya. Nah, itu yang kita harapkan dengan adanya penerapan ZVD gitu. Jadi jangan nanti ngerasa oh kalau misalnya namanya udah nge-grouping terus itu udah ZVD padahal ntar jangan-jangan si gurunya sendiri nggak tahu apa sih fungsi dia apa misalnya di kelas besok aku mau nerapin aku mau groupingin siswanya tapi nggak punya tujuan jadi ketika Anda sebagai seorang guru terus misalnya Anda memang mau buat kelasnya atau buat grouping di kelas harus tahu what is your purpose gitu jadi harus jelas jangan sekadar cuman udah grouping aja biar gurunya nggak capek gitu jadi misalnya cuman ngasih buku terus abis bagi-bagi grup udah ditinggalin gurunya keluar kelas nah itu yang nggak boleh jadi intinya kayak Miss bilang tadi yang namanya GPT itu nggak selamanya harus nge-grouping ya harus kelompok-kelompok itu enggak tapi kayak kita bilang tadi kalaupun Anda memang mau penerapan yang ke grouping Anda harus tahu apa sih fungsinya gitu. Oke?
Okay, I want to add more information. Okay, I'll wait
Professor.
for her. So is it okay, Nara? Also, regarding the grouping, you could have students with a different ability in a group, for example, and assign them different tasks. Because even in the English classroom, sometimes like this morning, there's many drawing, right? They might need to drawing, they might need to search, they need to Google it, and sometimes they need to speak. Sometimes there are a lot of writings. So in addition to English abilities, we also need to concern their different talents, their gifts. For example, they are good at arts, they are good in music, they are good in writing, and they are good in Googling. So when they are assigned, or some could be the leader, so we could assign different position for them, and they will carry out their own task in the group. And so in a way, in addition to helping each other regarding English, they could also contribute their gifts, the other ability in addition to English to the group. And they will feel they are self-reliant. Okay, so that's another piece of information I would like to add to it. Okay.
Jadi penambahannya Zia, kalaupun misalnya tadi nge-grouping, jadi terkadang kan kita tuh harus tahu, jadi guru tuh pas kita mau groupingin satu kelompok misalnya ya, kita tuh harus realize, oh ternyata di satu kelompok ini ada yang ahlinya mungkin ya, dia itu good at music, or good at drawing, good at analyzing, or calculating. Jadi kalau bisa dibuat grupnya sebalance mungkin, karena kan yang namanya kita belajar bahasa Inggris itu nggak selalu memorize the vocabularies kan, tapi kan somehow kita tuh ada skill yang dituntut di luar dari not only memorizing the vocabularies gitu. Jadi kalaupun misalnya kita pas nanti ada temen yang bagus misalnya di music, mungkin nanti waktu di listening bakalan lebih gampang karena dia orang yang suka music otomatis dong dia like to listen to the music gitu. Jadi nanti pas listening, oh ini anak lebih mudah jadi dia juga bisa bantu teman-temannya untuk acquire the knowledge easily gitu. Atau mungkin nanti kalau orang yang hobinya gambar ada kemungkinan dia bakal bagus di writing karena cara dia mengekspres the words-nya ya by drawing gitu. Jadi pastikan even kayak tadi disampaikan oleh profesor, kita mau buat siswa kita jadi beberapa kelompok, tapi harus balance dari different skills itu juga penting gitu. Makanya nggak gampang juga sih, mungkin lebih gampangnya dua-dua dulu aja peer gitu. Kalau peer kita langsung bisa tahu, oh si A dia skillnya di sini, si B skillnya di sini. Tapi kan kalau grouping kan at least ada kayak 4-5 students. Kalau you nggak tahu apa basic skill students Anda, itu bakalan bisa juga. Yang ada grupnya nanti berantakan. Yang rajin grupnya go ahead, yang lazy ya udah tetap aja dia lazy gitu. I think do you have any questions or not, because it's already 4:47. Kalau di ini berarti okay, no.
Oh, okay. I need to send the final.
Okay.
Okay.
Before we are going to close our presentation, Professor would like to send the answer given, because not last week, but like at the beginning of our workshop, we received like the question given by the audience, and Professor is going to show the answer.
OK，谁要负责那个？我好像放在群组了哈。那个答案有没有？有一个那个，等一下。
Jadi bentar, karena minggu pertama itu ada yang memberikan pertanyaan, jadi Profesor mau ngasih jawabannya. Kalau nggak salah, Ibu apa ya?
我再送一次好了哈。
Aduh, Pak namanya. Hari ini beliau nggak hadir.
再很快送一次哈。等一下，我还没有送，等我一下。
那我送，我放了。
好，等我一下。
Maybe waiting for you, Professor. I would like to explain about their assignment to get the certificate.
Oke.
Oke, mungkin sambilan nunggu Profesor ngirimin filenya dulu ke panitia ya. Jadi sambilan nanti kan gini, kemarin itu kan awalnya kita udah kasih reflection paper kan. Cuman mungkin karena kita juga mungkin misunderstanding, nggak ada juga yang kasih tahu gitu. Misalnya kayak mahasiswa ternyata final exam gitu. Terus kalau guru-guru ternyata udah pada libur, jadi kan otomatis di minggu untuk kita buat kayak teaching videonya itu kan impossible ya, karena udah lewat kelasnya gitu. Jadi kita bakal extend gitu, kita akan deadline-nya bakal diperpanjang. Yang awalnya kemarin tanggal 17 akan kita perpanjang. Jadi nanti bagi teman-teman sekalian, karena juga ada beberapa yang kasih tahu misalnya mungkin because of the poor internet connection, sometimes you cannot get in easily, atau nanti udah get in kick out easily juga karena tadi poor internet connection gitu kan. Jadi nanti kita bakal kirimin link YouTube the first and the second day of our workshop. Nah setelah itu nanti Puan juga akan kirimkan Google link untuk reflectionnya. Jadi nanti Puan ngasihnya Google link untuk teman-teman sekalian atau partisipannya untuk bisa jawab di situ. Nah baru nanti kita minta teaching video. Untuk teaching video mungkin untuk memudahkan mahasiswa nanti bisa nge-grouping sesama mahasiswa nggak masalah. Dan juga sesuai dengan lettering kalian atau tahun angkatan kalian ya. Kalau memang angkatan yang keempat nanti tinggal grouping satu grup 5 atau 4 orang gitu. Terus yang angkatan ketiga gitu juga. Sedangkan untuk ibu guru kayak misalnya Bu Darmiati atau misalnya Ibu Wiwik atau misalnya tadi juga ada Ibu Mafira, mungkin bisa aja report di pembelajaran kelasnya aja pas next semester. Kenapa point emphasize? Karena kita mau lihat apakah setelah partisipannya mengikuti conference ini, pas Anda lakukan teaching activity itu bisa di-imply some teorisnya gitu. Karena itu yang jadi outputnya kita yang kita harapkan dari workshop ini. Jadi nggak hanya denger doang, abis itu ya udah deh gitu. Terus cuma dapat sertifikat, enggak. Jadi nanti teman-teman atau partisipan yang sudah fulfill ya, complete reflectionnya, kita bakal kirimkan sertifikatnya langsung dari Taiwan. Jadi bukan nggak elektronik gitu enggak, tapi kita memang nanti pun juga encourage dari Bapak cap dispendingnya, karena kan kayak Pan bilang kok mungkin ada yang cannot attend because something matters in maybe in his or her life. Mungkin kayak ada harus go to the party lah atau something happen lah, kita kan nggak tahu ya, but maybe they want to learn or they want to get the information, the knowledge, so we are going to share our YouTube link. Jadi nanti seperti itu proses untuk mendapatkan sertifikatnya. Oke, selanjutnya I think Professor Mei will try to give some explanation about the previous workshop questions. Okay, please take your time, Professor.
Okay, thank you. So here are two questions. Oh, okay, hold on just a second. Here are two questions from senior high school teachers. Okay, so there's a different kinds of tips, right? So I think these are from the teachers because first of all, as mentioned, that would you like to share some English teaching activity for problem-solving strategy? I think that today we have a lot of conversation and we got a better idea. So from here, I also, there's a teacher, Dr. Chen Chongbing also provide his opinions. So I'm going just to briefly share that he mentioned that in his classroom, he also did a grouping. So students need to, when he provide the task, students have help each other to finish, to complete the task. And he mentioned that before he didn't practice it. And he realized that students were so low motivated, but after he tried to do some conversation and grouping activities, somehow they are highly motivated and it was pretty successful. That was about the question 1. And question 2, some tips and tricks how to motivate students to learn English. Okay, so that's Dr. Wang and Dr. Chen, they both mentioned the internet or somehow relate to their interest. For example, if they want to particularly popular songs, popular factions, okay, or anything related our sports, as long as it relate to students' interest, that could be a good way to motivate students in addition to tests. Okay, so I'm just going to briefly just mention, and I think that this morning we have, and also this afternoon we have a lot of dialogue on it. So I'm going to post those online onto YouTube in the future. So there's some more details in the future we could do it. Okay, so that's I'm going to just explain briefly here. Okay, then maybe we come to the closure point. Then let's come to the closure. Okay, I want to mention something first. Okay, the PPT. 所以这个 Word 档到时候也要 po 在网络。Okay, so now we go to the
conclusion.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for all of the participants. And then before we are going to end our workshop, for the second day of our workshop, Professor Mei-ying will give some conclusion about what we have done for today and what we did from the previous week. Okay, Professor.
Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you for all your participation. And today I really enjoy the workshop, and maybe the first day we were shy, we didn't know each other well, and also it was more theoretical, right? But again, I think the first day workshop regarding the gender education and also teacher chance sharing, I think they also highly motivated every participants. And today we have a lot conversation. And so I think it is bilateral, Taiwan and Indonesia. Hopefully we are going to continue such conversation dialogue in the future. And I would like to particularly thank all the head of the school district, head of the university, head of English department, and also the teachers, and also the students come to our workshop. And I hope you enjoy a lot. I myself, I'm really proud of my teams too, and also proud of you because you propose a lot of important ideas and questions. And we have done a lot of brainstorming for our students and also better ourselves and help us to enjoy our teaching even more. And in the near future, we are going to upload our PPTs as well as our recording to YouTube. Okay, so I will have Miss Puan to send you all the link. And lastly, again, then let's continue dialogue to better ourselves in all aspects. Okay, so, and again, thanks all, and thank my students, Miss Puan, and you all to be here and to make us such a wonderful workshop successful. Thank you so much. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you so much for Professor Mei-ying. Maybe before we are going to end our workshop, would you like to open your video?
Yes,
Please turn on your video because we are going to end our workshop.
Yeah,
Jadi
and we
terima kasih.
Yeah.
Terima kasih kepada, pertama saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih banyak kepada Profesor Mei-ying yang sudah memberikan kita begitu banyak ilmu ya, karena Profesor Mei-ying juga sudah berhasil istilahnya kayak melobi beberapa orang-orang hebat yang kita kenal, yang selama ini kita tonton atau kalian lihat ketika kita mengikuti workshop. Nah, itu yang pertama. Terus yang kedua juga terima kasih banyak kepada NCYU yang sudah bersedia bekerja sama dengan Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris STKIP Muhammadiyah Aceh Barat Daya, dan juga terima kasih banyak kepada Pak Afdal Jihad dan juga Pak Sukri. Dan untuk mahasiswa yang mencintai, I love you so much. I know that it's not easy to get the internet connection, but you try to do your best. I'm so appreciated about it karena memang we tahu in our district it's really hard to get the internet connection. And the last one, terima kasih juga kepada Putri sebagai juga salah satu yang menjembatani kita bisa berkolaborasi dengan senior high school teachers yang ada di Aceh Barat Daya. Terima kasih ibu-ibu sekolah SMK maupun SMA yang sudah berpartisipasi di acara kami hari ini. Oke, nanti pun kalau untuk guru-guru pun akan menghubungi Pak Edi atau Pak Jufi atau Ibu Wiwik untuk reflection paper selanjutnya. Dan untuk mahasiswa mungkin Miss akan menghubungi Pak Sukri ataupun WhatsApp mahasiswa itu, kelompok mahasiswa ya. Oke, sekali lagi terima kasih banyak. Thank you so much for the time. I do hope that you really learn a lot of things after you join our workshop for the first and second day conference. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, terima kasih. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you so much, everyone. See you.
Yeah, so we'll inform you maybe sometime next semester. We're going to see each other and to see what's your progress. Okay, and welcome question again, and we could have we could learn from each other. Okay, thank you, makasih.
Oke, assalamualaikum.
Sama-sama.
Miss you Aceh.
Zunjian.
Wow, 再见, makasih.
Yuk, kita out.
Oke, makasih Ibu. Makasih Razia, makasih semuanya. Oke, boleh leave the grupnya kok, nggak apa-apa. Udah selesai acaranya.
Okay.